Yo, people, what's going on? Back again. Another episode of Footy Talk. What you saying, bro?
Going on there, fella? How are we, man?
Yeah, not bad, bruv. How you doing?
Love it. Shan, you know, lads, Shan's obviously first day of freedom. Well, a little bit of freedom, making the most of it of what you can, lads. I hear Rants got a little goal the other day. That's what you'll want to be hearing, my mates, off the bench.
No, bruv. Hey, listen. Before we get into that, 1 second. Let me turn on my overhead light, because the light, oh, it's all right now. Let me turn that on anyway, because the lighting is getting darker now, so I need to put on my fake lights now, bro.
Gets like that, my mate, gets like that. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat as well, man. Big up yourselves. Really appreciate everyone.
There we go. What's that, bro?
It's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, bro, man. Yeah, bro. Man got a couple assists and that. Man, I didn't get a goal, but I only came on for like what? I said I'd give myself 15 minutes and then just bust it, mate. But it was good.
Did man just say that he got a couple of assists like it was nothing? Is that you yet, my mate? Is that just you yet, my mate? Listen,
yeah.
From what I've heard of the adversity, and I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, lad, but the adversity that you've had to overcome over the years, my mate, it's good to hear that you had that moment, you know what I mean, lad, and it's fucking good to see that you're just doing what you're enjoying, my mate, so... Yeah, I love to see it. Yeah, I love to see it.
You're mad, man. 1 second, let me close this fucking... The sun... There we go.
Bloody office problems, mate. Bloody office problems.
Yeah, bro. The sun's setting it, like... Because I'm right by the garden. Look at it. Now the fucking sun's coming through. 1 second, lads. Malfunction. More light.
Malfunction at the start. Well, you know what? This is what we get. That's what we can get here for the start of the stream. Even though we're saying lights, let's smash the likes. How about that? You know what I mean? Let's smash the likes. Get them up. Get into a bit of footy talk. I already see people bringing up my boy Trent. Listen, I'll defend himself.
Lovely
the cows from home.
There we go.
Let's see what Rants is doing. Who's the player today? Man like Neymar.
There we are. That's it. Know what I'm saying?
Lovely.
Man wanted the natural sunlight and that, but fuck it. The sun's going down now and it's fucking up the whole thing. So you get me? Man have to close the blinds and back to it, bro. But yeah, bro. I overcome some madness, bro. I ain't been able to play football pain-free, or move properly in about 7 years and that. But I've been doing physio, loads of stuff, rehab and that. And then I just said, yeah, let me give myself a run out, see how it feels. And yeah, bro, it felt like I never left, to be fair. So it was decent. But
love that.
Yeah, it was all right, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Highlights are out next week, next Wednesday, guys. So yeah, when they do the highlight show, you'll see it. It's a nice little cameo, man. It's nice to be back.
No, love that. Where did you play, or can't you reveal that? Is that going to be? Is that you reveal?
No, I played up front. And the funny thing is, yeah, I'm a striker, but I was going to come on in midfield, but I just thought, because of how the game was going, I was like, you know what? Like, second half, we're not really creating much, so let me go up top on that. And then literally after like 2 minutes, created a goal straight away. It was mad. And then, yeah, it was nuts, bro. Like, it was almost, bruv, it looked scripted. I can't even lie, bro. Like, bro.
That's what you want, though.
It looked scripted because they were giving me all the bullshit, yeah, like on the side. You know what I mean? And all of that. Like, let's see this, that, and the other. Like, obviously, when they're filming, and then, like, it looks scripted. I can't even lie because it was literally within 2 minutes, like, of being on the pitch. And then it was mad, but like, some things are just meant to happen.
What you do, my mate's called knowing what you do, and like you said, some things are meant to happen, and that was your moment. So I'm fucking.
It really was, bro. Literally, it would have looked scripted. Like, if I wasn't there myself and I saw it, I'd have been like, nah, there's no fucking way this happened like this. Do you know what I mean?
Because I saw that on your story, and I saw I think you shared it off someone else's Instagram or something like that.
Yeah, that was the guy that got subbed off for me.
Yeah,
my player. Yeah, and then literally within 2 minutes, it was mad.
Yeah, that's belter, man. That's belter.
So,
I was meant to see you coming on the pitch.
So no, it was sick, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I won't play this weekend, but it was just good. You know, it was good to get back out there, and just feel good, man. You know what I'm saying? So just got to keep training and that, and then yeah, that's it, man. It's not too bad. Big up everyone inside. I see everyone talking about they're getting their haircuts and that.
Oh, that was my thing. That's what I was supposed to do, but we're dealing with the TS cap for one more day, my mate. That's just how it's got to be. It's one of them things where the barbershop was just too full. I got in there.
But, bruv, that's one of the only places
they had
that are super busy.
Oh, yeah,
bruv.
it was heavy.
That's one of the only places that are super busy because everyone was like, "Oh, gym." But all the videos I've seen in the gym, they're fucking empty, mate. Like, no one.
I walked into my gym. Yeah, I walked into my gym. I was the only person there. But it was 3 o'clock as well, my mate. So I was thinking to myself, yeah, going to be a few people at least, you know. And even if it's not booming, then there's going to be about 4 or 5, maybe 6 people. You know what I mean? Have a little spar and whatnot. Yeah. I had to go on the bags and everything, and have to use all the equipment because there was just absolutely nilch. Everyone's still in the bed, just fucking eating cheesy puffs and friggin', you know what I mean, all different type of scrans, just making them chubbier. And now let's see all these people who've been saying, oh, I want to go out. Let's see how many people go out then. Because, you know, one thing we also don't know, and I know this is a footy talk show, but one thing we don't know how long everything's going to stay open for. You know what I mean? It's just unpredictable. So make the most of it while you've got it, man. That's the way I'm thinking of it. I'm going to the gym at least most days that it's open because it's one of them things where perspective's a lovely thing, you know what I mean? And going through what we've been through gives a lot of perspective on things, my mate. And to, you know, that's why I'm just going to be him in the gym as much as possible. You know, be around people, socialise more. That's the thing. I've been to parts of people, Rants. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, this is belter. You know what I mean? I love doing this because, you know, it's socialise and we're talking about something we enjoy. But, you know, there's just something different about that actual in-person human interaction. That's just well better than anything else for me, my mate. And it's just good to see that that things are going in a positive direction. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, big up everyone as well, because a lot of you lot always messaging me, and I'm sure you've been messaging the other guys as well, bro, about how you've been coping through lockdown, and it hasn't been easy for everyone, innit? For me, it's been a piece of piss, to be honest, but like that's because I just don't mind being in my house and chilling, bro. I got everything here. I train here, I cook here, I eat here, I work here. Like, it's fine, innit? But for everyone, it's not the same. Like, so yeah, man, big up everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's saying
it's only in England as well, isn't it? There's still, like, you know, Ireland is still not back to normal. Scotland,
yeah, neither Scotland.
Still not back to normal. So obviously we're fortunate enough to even be able to have a little bit of that because they're still unclear. I think Scotland's the 26th, but Ireland still haven't been given a date from what I know. So yeah, lads, just it's good to have that little bit of freedom again, and hopefully it causes the better for everyone, man. And as always, I hope everyone who comes into the streams, as we always say, is well and doing well and coping during these times because it's mad. It's just different for a lot of people. So, yeah, man, you know what I mean? One step at a time and that.
That's it. No, I'm saying. And like my man said, yeah, like earlier on, yeah, our last stream aged spectacularly, bruv. Leicester falling apart, bro.
Listen, lad, it happens to the best of us. West Ham like a little scare though, don't they? They like to spice it up. They like to, you know, be the first match of the day type of thing. I mean, I haven't been watching match of the day, but usually that's the type of game that will get the first coverage or second game or whatnot. Mate, I don't even know, because at the same time, you know, because we were talking about Leicester falling apart in relating to the fact that Liverpool could maybe take that spot, but now you're looking at West Ham, and again, you know, fixtures and context comes into it. But West Ham, man, I mean, the thing is about that team, you can just see they're all happy, and I feel like that, you know, there's a very big difference between a team of quality players that just the morale isn't quite there, and then there's a team of good players, some really, really good players, but they work better together when. Because there's no one who's legit world class in, you know, there might be one or two in West Ham that we might not know about yet, but there's no one that you put.
Yeah, there's no one that stands out. Yeah, there's no one stands out like a top player. Just loads of promise and some good steady players, man. Yeah,
like even Declan Rice, one of the better defensive midfielders in this country, probably even the best in most people's eyes. That being said, you put him up there. Would you put him up there with the likes of a Fabinho just yet? Probably not. You know what I mean? And you probably wouldn't put him in the world class level. So the fact what they're doing is brilliant, but at the same time, people might look at the fact that they haven't got no world class players, no world class individuals, and go, well, they're not going to be able to last. Well, actually, you know, barring any injuries, which they haven't really had, they've got a good system there. Why can't they go and win however many more games they've got to win? Again, and I would need to remind myself of the schedule, but West Ham can get top 4, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, because who else is going to take over them?
Yeah. It's getting to the point where you could literally just be best of a bad bunch, innit? Because it's like nobody wants
bro. That's what it's got to be, though, Rants. Like, the way we get top 4, everything's got to go perfect for us. And then it's got to go wrong for other sides. Do you get what I'm saying? So, Leicester is becoming less of the worry, and I feel like we've just completely ignored everyone else. We've ignored the fact Everton's got like 2 games in hand over us, and again, they're probably not going to win all them games, but still, it's there. Spurs, thankfully, they're only just dropping now, but they've only just started dropping.
Yeah.
Who else is there? You know, even like we've just mentioned, Leicester, West Ham, these type of teams, it's just not there for the taking. The positions that I've said, even when Chelsea lost as well, by the way, the positions that I said was definitely up for top 4. Chelsea, United and Man City. They're the ones who guaranteed it. Everything else is just up for grabs.
Yeah.
Everything else. So it's exciting, but it's just annoying to be a part of. To be dead honest with you, lads, I've told you this time and time again, but it's just a little bit sooner than what I wanted to be in this race. But at the same time, if you're going to find a silver lining, we weren't even going to be in this race a few weeks ago.
Facts.
I think most likely it's going to be us or West Ham.
Yeah. And Rice is injured for 2 months. West Ham still won that last game without Declan. I don't know, bruv. But they've got a favourable run in, and so do you lot. So I think it's between you two.
Because I believe our only big game's you, and then I'll have a quick look at what their last big game is. But I believe that, yeah, they've got Chelsea, which is actually brilliant because they're both in and around that mix. And if Chelsea win, that doesn't mean too much disarray to me. So Chelsea, they've got Everton in a few weeks. They're really the only 2, like, you know, games that you would say, oh, they could have a problem there. Other than that, they should be really beating everyone else. Burnley, Brighton, West Brom, Southampton. That should be a West Ham win all day. But,
yeah.
Do you know what? I'm talking about consistency, you know, Rants. Let me present this question to you, my mate. They conceded 2 goals against Leicester, 2 goals against Wolves, 3 goals against Arsenal, and these are all scoring 3 goals as well. They're not really the most comfortable team in terms of keeping leads, even though it's worked for them over the past 3 games. Who's to say that's going to work for them in the future against these other teams?
That's a good point. That's a good point, bro. And that's why I said, yeah, as much as Chelsea have a difficult run in, yeah, their ability to not concede many goals, yeah, might just drag them over the line, bro. Because that's what you got to look at with football, bro. Like, if all's very close, I got to go for the teams that aren't conceding many goals.
Oh yeah. That's why they're in the conversation for the Champions League now, though, Rants, because they deserve. They've entered themselves in that conversation based on the way they play. So if they're playing, let's say the way we did in 13-14, just attacking football, but we don't want to think about what's going on back there, then we're not going to be putting them in these serious conversations. If you saw Chelsea going out and but beating teams 4-3, 5-3, these type of scorelines, you're not going to really put that much respect on it because you're going to be thinking, well, luck will run out one day with all these goals you're conceding.
Yeah.
However, when you're seeing them beating teams 1-0, 2-0, and it's good teams, good systems, they beat Atletico Madrid very, very comfortably over 2 legs. Yeah. They just beat a very informed Porto side. So who's to say they had to slip up against West Brom, but there was context with that. So listen, man, if anyone did write off Chelsea, but I think now we know that they're comfortable. By the way they're playing, it's like one of them things. They're leading the race, and it would take something terribly wrong for all that to tear apart. Do you get what I mean?
I think so.
That's
yeah, I think something would have to go terribly wrong, yeah, for Chelsea to somehow, fall out of where they are now. Yeah, I think they're too consistently good in it, and it's been going on for too long for it to just be a purple patch or a new manager bounce or anything like that. It's not a bounce, bruv, like, because they're doing it in the Champions League as well. It's not just the Premier League. You know what I mean? They pretty much, they won 2-0 away from home. They're pretty much through in it against Porto. Like, they're in a good position. And some people are saying that they're dark horses for the Champions League as well. And, brother, I can't remember what side of the tie they're on. But,
one.
Okay,
so
well, there you go.
Most likely play Real Madrid.
Well, there you go. So if you don't go out, they play Real Madrid, bro. If they beat Real Madrid, then people need to, like, boom. Do you know what I mean? But that'll be a different story.
Already, though, Rants, like, I know that they haven't beat anyone to, like, maybe a signet, but, like, listen, bro, it's one of them things where, again, it just take everything wrong. It needs so many things to go wrong for that team to not get top 4 or make a decent chance. They're most likely going to get the very least the semi-finals, and I believe you know, if you look at the way Real Madrid was playing against us, for example, they were, you know, we did not pay enough respect to Modric and Kroos, and we were saying this on the stream last week, and me and, you know, I think you've mentioned it a few times as well. Modric and Kroos are still very, 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 very good at football. You get what I mean? They're still two of the best midfielders in the world, especially
the Keita thing absolutely didn't make any sense.
Oh, zero sense whatsoever. But the point that I'm trying to make is the way they play with Modric and Toni Kroos. Say if they were to play Chelsea, you're not getting them balls over the tops like you were getting against us. Chelsea.
Not with a 5 at the back.
And you're just not most likely going to score. Vinicius Junior, who was, you know, tearing strengths a new one, giving problems to Nat Phillips. He was another player that we underestimated. But the thing is, if he plays against Chelsea, there's going to be 3 men marking him. You're going to kick the living shite out of him. There's no chance he's getting through. So what then? You're really relying on Benzema, maybe even Eden Hazard if they were to, you know, obviously play against his former club. But mate, I think Chelsea are more favourites than what people think. I put them down to beat Real Madrid. If Real Madrid went through and Chelsea go through, I put them down to beat Real Madrid.
Ooh, that would be something. That would be something, but you're right. In terms of stylistically, they would be very hard. They would be very hard for Real Madrid for the simple fact that they're going to have to play... They're going to have to move the ball a lot quicker, that's for sure, bro. And defensively, Chelsea aren't going to get caught wanting like Liverpool did. So, yeah, it could be a madness. That could be really good, bro. That could be really good. That midfield against Kante and Kovacic, which I think he'll probably play in there.
There's a lot of things right about that game. Do you know when? Because I know that me and you especially, we like the storylines behind these type of things. And, you know, you've got Eden Hazard coming back. You know, you've got... There's many little storylines that come into this fixture. They're both massive clubs as well. It's just... You know, it's also clubs that if you spoke about winning the Champions League 3 months ago, a lot of people probably would have laughed at you based on what their form would have been then. And the way they've just completely turned the season round. Real Madrid just got a big win against Barcelona as well, which carries their momentum going. It will be... Also,
Kovacic going back to Real Madrid as well, because he was there.
Facts. Yeah, and he's been a main part of Chelsea as well since
massive. He's been massive.
Zidane versus Tuchel, mate, that'll be an interesting game. That's one that, like, obviously I don't want it to happen. I'd rather us play Chelsea, but if that's what I have to deal with as a neutral, then I'm fine with that. Do you know what I mean? And that'll be interesting, just based on the stars alone.
That could be interesting. So what? You don't have any optimism for the second leg?
No, see, this is where I hate myself, Rants, basically. So here's the thing. You know, when I come on these shows, I'm very honest with how I feel with the team, whether it's emotional or whatnot. You know how I try and be as real as I possibly can. So in this situation, realistically, what I should be saying is the chances of us going through more likely than us not going through? No, it's not with 3-1 down, mate. But at the end of the day, if there is a situation where you can be 3-1 down, it's probably at half time, you know, in between legs in the Champions League. And I know, and this is the thing, I don't like people who are doing this thing where they're comparing it to Barcelona 4-0. Difference between that, mate, we have fans. 2, we actually played really well in the first leg where we got battered 3-0. We played very, very good. It was one of them, like, we never even got battered. Like, do you remember when United beat us 3-0 a few seasons ago? When we had, like, Mario Balotelli in that. We had an alright game, do you know what I mean? And we should have been. It was one of them. But this one, you saw the first half of Real Madrid versus Liverpool, Rants. We got toyed with. It was one of 3 things, right? It was either we weren't up for the occasion scared us, or Real Madrid is just better than us. Now, us as Liverpool fans, we don't want the last option to be the case. So we're going to focus on the opening 20 to 25 minutes of the second half where we were able to match them for play and just hope it's one of the first 2 excuses, but we don't know that yet. However, with the fact it is one of them possibilities, there is a possibility we can go through. We've still got the individual quality with Diogo Jota available at time of recording, Mohamed Salah who's still scoring goals. You know, the worry there is Sadio Mane who's not back, but like I said, we've got Diogo Jota to fill that void at least for now. So there is elements that can win us this game. And again, like, I don't want to say we're going to win. I've just got some weird feeling. That again is probably going to set me up for disappointment. I understand that, but it's just a weird feeling. And it's not even like a proper feeling, do you know what I mean? Like one of them where you're like, yeah, we're going to smash Real Madrid. I don't know, mate. It actually, do you know what I'm leaning more towards? Just to give you a quick prediction.
What's that?
2-1. So we'll win, but we might not go through.
Yeah, yeah, bruv. You know what? The one thing I would say about Liverpool, the fact that you look, like you said, you have to attack here. Sometimes that's the best fucking option when you're at home and you just have to go for it, bro. Because you got absolutely zero to lose, and that could make you very dangerous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing. Because if man says, you know what, you just have to go for it, and he puts out a very attacking lineup, and he just absolutely just goes to blow them away. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? If they get pinned back, like how can Real Madrid play on the back foot, yeah, for 90 minutes? We don't know because we saw them play on the front foot with loads of possession at home. But can they play on the back foot, being attacked relentlessly for 90 minutes? We don't know, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Can the chat remind me, just sorry to interrupt you, bro,
Yeah.
can the chat remind us if Varane or Ramos is playing this game? Or both, like either one, because they obviously missed the last leg.
Yeah, they
But
both missed the last game.
Even though they coped without them, it's still a big factor if they're not there for the second leg, because we're going to be more attacking, we're going to be going at them more, and I feel like that just causes more problems. Whether we score or not, I'm not too sure, mate. But as you mentioned before, though, Thiago not starting that game was criminal, and more importantly, starting Keita was mad. Do you want me to tell you something interesting?
Yeah.
Both out. Yes! Right, I'm celebrating because you've got to give yourself the best possible chance, Rants, you know what I mean, brother?
Yeah.
Naby Keita starting. The last time we started that midfield of Fabinho, Gini and Naby was Aston Villa 7-2. And look at how mad that first half performance was with that midfield.
Bloody hell.
Bro,
see what I mean? Like, bro, as soon as I saw that midfield, I started wobbling for you. Like, I was like, hold on. Like, what's going on, innit? Because like me, I don't watch Liverpool week in, week out, but I know that you don't, like, literally your two best ball retaining midfielders are Fabinho and Thiago, bruv. Like, even if you don't watch football, you know that. So I'm thinking against a team that's got Cruz and Modric in there, why would you not play anyone here that can progress the ball here and keep the ball? Apart from what? Fabinho's meant to do that by himself. It just didn't make sense, bro. Like, I think the first half, Salah had like 12 touches or something. The ball wasn't even going forward. Like, it was weird, bro. Like, I haven't.
Jota was terrible in the first half, though, lad. You've got to put a lot of blame on the players who were going forward because we couldn't touch a ball. It was weird, lads. It was like we just couldn't. The ball, like, it was like a magnet effect, but it was just going away. The opposite. So it was poor, man. Like, we just started too late. We could have actually been in that game as well, you know, if buts, maybes and all that. But at the end of the day, we actually could have, because the start of that second half, we shown a little bit more tenacity going forward. We didn't look like we were shitting ourselves as much, and we looked terrible in that first half. I refuse to accept. And again, Real Madrid could very well be better than Liverpool in current form. They fucking are. But what I'm trying to say is, I refuse to accept that's our best form against their best form. That's what I just can't accept. Lads. And slight decisions which Jurgen's made all season, like Thiago not playing. I just didn't get that. You know, kind of like Nat Phillips and Kabak. They've been getting better with each other because they're building more chemistry together, and chemistry is a real thing within football. Same with Thiago and Fabinho. You know, just two world-class midfielders starting to get the feel for each other, and Thiago's been having better games. So to not see him in that one, which seemed, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed tailor-made for him. That seems like his type of game, Real Madrid, you know, big, massive fixture, Champions League quarter-final. It seems like if you need someone to step up when the team's playing shit, that's someone you bring on. Brought him on after 40 minutes, but why aren't you starting him? Just made no sense. Made no sense, that first half.
None whatsoever. This chat here says, do you think you can win 2-0? I can't see Liverpool scoring 3 against Real Madrid, given how how you lot are playing at home this season.
Facts. Listen, Anfield. This isn't at Anfield, is it? So I'm not too sure, man. The best possible way we go through, in my opinion, is winning 2-0 or penalties, and I think penalties is probably the number one thing that might get us through. 3 goals is kind of unlikely, to be fair, but you never know. It's a weird one. Like, since when, especially this season, does maths actually work? You get what I mean? So, like, let's think of it. Let's look at City's start of the season. If you then said, oh, they're going to go and have the longest winning streak that they've had under Pep Guardiola after that poor run of form, you'd be like, mate, what are you smoking? And just stay away from me, because you're obviously not talking sense. And then they went and done that. Chelsea, same situation. This season doesn't make sense, which is why there's this weird, stupid thing that I kind of wish weren't there in my head, saying, like, this just something might happen. I just don't write it off, is what I'm trying to say. I know who's more likely to go through. I know who's more likely to be the better team. I know that we're not likely to score 3 goals. But the amount of shit that I've got wrong this season, who knows?
Yeah, that's football for you, innit? And he said if Madrid score 1, Liverpool would have to score 4. But the funny thing is, yeah, now even also with your lineup, why would you not play Bobby Firmino, yeah, in a game like that? For me, yeah, when you're playing against a team like Real Madrid that are probably going to monopolize possession, every bit of possession, yeah, is key, bro. Like, he's the best player that you have in attacking positions at protecting the ball, keeping hold of the ball, bringing other players into the game. And he decided to play Jota, Mane, who's in ridiculously poor form, and Salah. That don't make no fucking sense to me, bruv. I know that both Jota and Salah are both left-footed, and he probably didn't want to play them both and not play, obviously, Mane, because he wasn't going to play Firmino on the right, but I mean on the left, but it just didn't make sense, bruv. Like, for me, Firmino has to play.
I don't think Jota's left. Nah. I think he's right-footed.
I don't know why I always thought he was left-footed, but if he's right-footed, like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, man say he's 2-footed, but bro, I think I always thought his left foot was his dominant foot. I don't know, but either way, so. if he can play with his right foot, then he should have played off the left, and he should have played Firmino down the middle, bro. Because, like, for me, I didn't understand it, bro. It's even worse that he's right-footed and he's played him down the middle. Why did he bother doing that?
Defeats me, my mate. You know what I mean? And we were defeated because of it. So
because when the ball was going forward, it was literally coming straight back. That's why you lost.
Listen, lads, it's one of them things where you live and you learn. Hopefully, we've learned from a lot of mistakes that we made, because it weren't like they were mistakes where you think, how did that happen? Like, they were obvious mistakes, they were obvious blunders. So get them fixed for the second leg. The only difference is they're probably going to set up a little bit differently, but you never know, they might just think, we're better than these. We might just go for it as well, you know what I mean? Still just making an entertaining game of football. And if it gets nerve-wracking, then we can tighten up at the back or whatever. Because even though they still haven't got Varane or Ramos, Militao and Fernandes have been doing a great job in their defence. So they can still lock up shot. They can still sit back and do a very good job. Bear in mind, they've got Casemiro, who's also another, one of the best defensive midfielders in world football. So yeah, I just think everyone's going to go with Real Madrid, because that's what a person with a brain would do, based on what you saw in that one. It's just the season that it is.
Facts, bro. Yeah, I mean, absolute facts, man. So you're not really sure where it's going to go.
Yeah, let me put it this way. I think they're more likely to go through, so I'm like 60-40 they're going to go through. But if we go through, I still don't think we'll win the Champions League.
Yeah,
that's the way I think of it.
Fair play, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? What did you think of? Obviously, you got your little Trent blockbuster in it. You lot must have been fucking going nuts in it in the league.
Listen, lads, I'm not gonna at the end of the day, it's one of them things. I've said to you as well. It's one of them seasons for Trent. Do you know what I mean? It's been one of them weeks where he had a good game against Arsenal, terrible game against Madrid, great game against Aston Villa. It's a weird dynamic, and he's had that all season. I'm just, all I have to say to people who, and again, not everyone has said that Trent's the best right back in the world. Again, don't have to say that. But there was many people putting him up there in the conversation.
Loads of people, bruv. Not just Liverpool fans either.
This is what I'm trying to say. It weren't even just us. Last season before, even bits before that, when, that was where we first saw, Trent doesn't seem belted enough defensively. Yeah. Everyone was getting on that Trent horse. He's changed the position at right back, and, he's you know what I mean?
Yeah, all of that, bro. Yeah, he was the benchmark for right backs.
As if he's some messiah. So now, this season, when you saw he's been dropped by Gareth Southgate, I don't get why his opinion means so much to people, by the way, as well,
Yeah.
I really, really don't. A very fucking bang average manager. So for some reason, when he picks a team, a manager that's won nothing with England, by the way, he's got us to a semi-final and got fucking knocked out by Croatia. or whoever.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a very good manager. What has he done at club level? Middlesbrough.
Fuck all, yeah.
So, mate, don't be chatting to me like Gareth Southgate and his opinion matters. But you're going off that opinion, and then you're going on to say, "Oh, Trent's, he's a what's the thing that people say? He's a high top Tony Hibbert." Go and suck it. Like, listen, yeah, banter is an amazing thing, and stuff like that is funny. But like, there's people genuinely believing that Trent still isn't up there just because he's had a few poor games defensively. Just have that same energy when he's playing well week in, week out. Last year, not even last year, the year before, when he was pocketing Leroy Sané across 2 legs. Go and have a look at that and then say he's a bad defender. Go and have a look at the 2C. Yeah, how about this? All these people saying to me after the Villa game, giving Trent praise. Oh, it's just one game. Oh, so one game, unless one game is 3 seasons, 2 of them being a teenager, by the way, 2 Champions League finals and a Premier League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, starting in all of them and having a major influence in every single part is one good game. Then listen, mate, I would like to reevaluate what one good game is, because that's not it. Do you get what I mean, though, Rants? It just doesn't add up. So there's football banter, but if you're actually trying to talk about football in a logical sense, you know Trent's up there. And if you don't, you just have a short mind at the end of the day. That's how it is.
That is a weird one, bruv. I'm not going to lie. It was definitely me that started the Tony Hibbert stuff, yeah. But you know what it is, yeah? It's like, this season, man's had more bad games than good games, innit? And that's what it is. That's just what it is. Obviously, there would have been a lot of people, yeah, that would have been waiting to jump on him anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And he's just kind of giving them a reason to jump on him. There's other people like me where when I saw people getting carried away, always fucking harping on about his attacking stats and talking about like he's the benchmark for fucking right backs all across of Europe, yeah, because he's got the most assists and all this bullshit, yeah, taking into account that that's only one part of the game. Do you know what I mean? That was just frying my head. So now I'm seeing him getting his pants pulled down by people, especially like Vinicius Jr. and that, where people were comparing him to dead ballers, bro, saying he was shit, and then he's made Vinicius look like fucking prime Robinho, yeah? Like, it's one of them ones where it's bruv, listen, for banter purposes, it's a spectacular season, isn't it? But you're right about Southgate, though. Like, nobody, like, I would never turn around and say, you know what, Southgate don't rate him, so he's shit. Because what the fuck does Southgate know? As I was saying before, Southgate was reluctant to even have Grealish in the squad. He was forced into picking Jack Grealish. He didn't want him, even though he's probably England's best player. Like, this is what happens.
I have not, you know that I don't like Gareth Southgate, and I'll never be, like, when it gets to the World Cup or the Euros or whatever it is, lad, I'm not going to be thinking that, like, I'll want England to win more than any other team, but I'm not going to be confident that we are in any way, shape or form, because I've got no reason with that manager. Play shit football, doesn't even choose the right players, and again, like, that's not even his worst choice. You just mentioned it. Jack Grealish should be an automatic choice in that squad, you know. Granted, we've got a very strong position at right back, but I just didn't care when he chose Reece James. And if you want better defensive right backs, go for it. It's just when people start to say, because Gareth Southgate hasn't chose Trent, he's shit. Mate, like, just behave yourself.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen that, but one thing I'd say is that logic is flawed, innit? That logic's dead. That doesn't make no sense, because Gareth Southgate's opinion doesn't and never will hold any weight, bruv, in football. Like, Gareth Southgate don't really know shit, bruv. So
his name's being mentioned too much over that Trent situation. It's unbelievable. Like, I was just happy that he never picked him. I was like, listen, it means he's not going to get injured, and, you know, we can't be wasted in what's going to be a shit system anyway.
Absolutely. And that's what I mean. The media pressured Southgate into picking Grealish. You know what I mean? Another guy who's shit hot now. It's fucking Jesse Lingard. You man also, 2-0 to West Brom, bruv. Like,
against who?
Bruv, against Southampton. Could the revival be on? And the funny thing about Southampton is, remember, I think, bruv, it would have been early on in the season. Everyone had their flipping knobs out for the Southampton manager. Everyone was saying that they wanted him, yeah? Now, all of a sudden, let me look at the table.
They're 14th.
They're 14th, bruv.
They've had loads of thingios, though. That's actually not that bad. Like, they've had a proper... Like, they were hit hard. When you beat them 9-0, their squad was depleted.
Yeah.
Depleted. Like, even when we played them and they beat us, they had a proper depleted squad. Like, that's why he was crying after the game after us. You know what, lads? Listen, I never got on the bandwagon of saying he was world class in any way, shape or form. I just said he looks like a sound coach. I think that's a sound job. He hasn't done exceptionally well. I don't think it's anything special by any means. But listen, it's fine for Southampton. That's where they usually finish. Really. They haven't been finishing 7th or 8th since they first came into the Prem. Realistically. Do you get what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, you never know. But, yo, Big Sam's doing madness, bro. Like, man, but these man saying the Great Escape on and that. I don't know about that. I've seen the points, but I don't know if these are the points including the 3 they'll get if they won, or this is what they're on at the moment. But it's saying they are on 24 points, so if they win, if they win, then they go to 18th, so they're still in the relegation zone, but they'll leapfrog Fulham.
So how many games do they need to win to stay up?
I don't fucking know, bruv, because it's a weird one, bro. I have to look at their fixtures, bro, because...
Yeah, I've got the fixtures here. Let's see how many points they're going to get from this.
Let's look at Newcastle's. Because, listen, Burnley...
I'm looking at West Brom.
Burnley are on 33, Burnley have United away this weekend, Brighton are on 32, with a game in hand on Burnley, who've played 31. So they could leapfrog Burnley with... Even a draw takes them above Burnley on goal difference. Newcastle have played 31. They're on 32 points as well. Then Fulham are on 26, played 32. West Brom are playing their 32nd game, but they're on 31 at the moment, 24. So they could leapfrog Fulham, going to 27 points with 31 played, which will mean that, they're still 5 points behind Newcastle.
Bro, they're getting fucking relegated. Get on this. They've got Leicester, Villa, Wolves, Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham, Leeds United. You think they're winning? You think they're staying up? Anyone in the chat thinks they're staying up? Just in case you need to hear that again. Leicester City, Aston Villa, Wolves, Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham and Leeds United. None of them are easy games, by the way.
But they have to win 5 out of 8 to stay up.
Yeah, something mad like that. What the fuck? Allardyce is not doing this one. Listen, he's done great jobs in the past, but this is not his time. I'll tell you that for free.
He's probably taken the job because he's going to manage them in the championship, mate, because Allardyce ain't keeping him up this time, brother.
Nope. There's no chance. They're
fucked. What about Fulham? Because
Fulham, I'll have a look at theirs.
I'd love Fulham to stay up, man, but we have to see what Fulham have got.
They're one of them teams, aren't they, with like the Scott Parker as manager. I like Fulham as well. This is what they're chatting. They've got Arsenal, Chelsea, Burnley, Southampton, Man United and Newcastle. 3 games they can win, 3 games they're probably not going to. That being said, they usually do well against the big teams in terms of maybe getting a point here and there. So Arsenal, Chelsea, United will be tough, but you're expecting them to get points against Burnley, Southampton, and then Newcastle, which will be on the last day of the season, which could determine a big, massive difference in where they finish. So that'll be interesting, man. That last game will have a lot to do with it. And then lastly, let's have a look at Newcastle's fixtures. West Ham, Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester, City, United, Sheffield United and Fulham on the last day.
Yikes.
Oh, this is spicy, you know, Reg.
Bruv, it's looking like the bottom 3 staying how it is, bro.
Nah, have you just heard Newcastle's?
Oh, that's Newcastle's.
Fulham's was the one that I repeated before.
Oh,
this
shit.
Is Newcastle's.
Bruv, Newcastle, but you know what?
Liverpool, Arsenal, Leicester, City, Sheffield, and then Newcastle.
Jesus, crispy, bruv. They could lose all of those. But the thing is with Newcastle, they've got players like St. Maximum and that can just do things out of nowhere, bro.
He needs to leave.
I think he's gone anyway. I think he'll be slightly hoping they get relegated so he can leave because he just signed a new deal. He just signed a new deal, innit? So I think he'll slightly... Yeah, I think he signed a new deal this season. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he signed a new deal, bro.
Ooh,
like a 3-year deal or something.
Don't know what he was tempted with there, like.
So I don't really know, my guy. You know what I'm saying? It could be a mad thing still. I think that he signed a new deal, though. I could be wrong.
Nah, he did. The chat saying it. That's
Ooh.
mad. That's a bit of a difficult one, that, you know, mate. Nah, they will. If they get relegated, they'll loan them out or sell them or something. Because that's usually what a championship club will do. Do you know, like with one of the main, like, do you know when Watford went down? I believe they might even still have Delafeu, but at one point they had Delafeu and they loaned them out. When
They loan him out like to see if they can come up. Do you know what I mean? And get someone else to pay their wages and that.
And you know they'll have a good player for when they get back to the Prem, but it doesn't always work that way. Maxman needs to leave. He needs to leave. I'd probably, you know, not first choice, but I'd probably take him in Liverpool. Good player, man.
He's a good player. And these men are saying Fulham have lost their last 4 in a row, yeah. Newcastle are 6 points ahead with a game in hand. That's what I mean. I think that bottom 3 staying exactly how it is. But
what about Callum Wilson? Is he playing?
I'm not sure, but I know that he's back fit now.
Newcastle are just one of them.
I know that he's back fit. I do know that, guys.
Back fit for him. No can be 3 games. He's got that Joel Matip effect.
But that's what I'm saying. So, bruv, honestly, man said St. Maximin signed a 6-year deal. Fuck, you know, would he might actually give him shares in Sports Direct or something? Why would he do that?
Sounds like he gave him just more than that, lad. Friggin' hell, 6-year deal.
Oh my God, that sounds like some flipping Suge Knight death row contract, bruv. 6 years at Newcastle, bruv. What the fuck?
That's what I mean, though. But it's like, it's not like Newcastle have just got these rich owners and like this new belter manager, like it was like Rafa Benitez once again.
Yeah.
It's Steve Bruce, Michael Ashley. And you've just gone, yeah, man, COVID period, and you've just gone, yeah, man, 6 years. He's fucked up, mate. He's got to go out on loan or something to get out of that. Because Ashley's just going to be like, yeah, you're staying here, mate. How old is he?
But he's young, though. I think he's like 23, but, like, bruv.
Still, though, if you're 23, like, if he's 20, it's an alright sort of... If you're 23, you're probably thinking... I want to start kicking on now, do you know what I mean? Like,
bro.
Obviously, you're not old in any way, shape, or form, but you want to start playing.
He's 24, bro. He just turned 24 in March, so last month.
He wants to be playing a decent level of football now, surely.
What the
You want to be one of the best footballers of all time. You want to be playing at a very good level when you're 24. Newcastle is not a very good level.
But maybe he's been given a 6-year contract with like on 100K or something like that, yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? And you know what it's like, bruv. You know what I'm saying? 100,000. Let me see this.
Someone's just said in the chat, but bro, even Rafa got them relegated. No, he never. He got appointed too late on in the season. Actually,
he got appointed and he got appointed late. They went down and he stayed with them and got them back up.
He done an amazing job with Newcastle, and even when they were back up, they should have really kept him on. That would have been the sensible thing to do, but. Yeah, I can't remember what it was actually. Was it like?
Mike Ashley fucked it. But honestly, if he's on 100 grand a week, 6 years, that's a guaranteed 30 million pounds. So maybe he just saw the money, and said, "Yo, I'm on a guaranteed 30 M's, bruv. That's my family's set forever, bro." Like, and he just took it. You know them ones. You don't know with certain players. You don't know their motivation, bruv. Like, you just don't know what their motivation is. You don't know anything, but bro, like I doubt the bailiffs were knocking at the door, and he had to sign that contract. You know what I mean? So, bro, I don't understand why you would sign an 8-year contract at Newcastle. That's almost like signing your career away, unless there was like a buyout clause in there or something, which you would hope there was a 6-year deal. Sorry, bruv, you would hope that there would be a flipping. You'd hope there would be a buyout clause.
He defo must have been. He must have got some undercover trip to Amsterdam or something when he was making that decision. Because when he gets that phone call off Ashley, you need to be in some sort of state, my friend, to be able to agree to 6 years at Newcastle, regardless of what he tells you. Even if he says, "Oh, I'm fucking off," and these people from the Middle East or wherever are gonna come in, just take over the club. We're gonna get a new manager. It's gonna be boss. I'm still saying, Ashley, you're seedy, fuck off. You know what I mean, lad?
Yeah.
Like, you don't sign 6 years. When you're a talent like him as well, he's a good player. That's why it's confused me. If it's like a good young, I don't know, English striker, something like that, then you kind of get it. But someone like him, where he hasn't even been brought up, like you said, it must be dough. Nothing else makes sense there.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're saying he's only on 40K. That can't be right, bro.
He's got to be on 100k a week minimum to have even thought about going.
They're saying 40. This guy's saying 38, bruv. I feel like these numbers are way too close here to each other. Like, bruv, a 6-year deal at Newcastle.
Like, you know, there's some subs. Like, let's have a look.
Fucking hell, bruv.
He's fucked it. What's he doing, lad? Do you know what I mean? That's like fucking Undertaker signing for some next level Mexican wrestling promotion. Makes no sense. Do you know what I mean? So, right, €2 million, £1.8 million per year. So what's that?
That's fuck all, bruv. That's fuck all. I tell you that, bruv. I tell you that because like 5 million a year is like 100 grand a week, blood. So if he's on what, how much?
That's from 2019, 1.8 mil a year. €2 million. Oh, he's been fingered by... That's called the Ashley Nater right there, my friend, because
so
he's just gone full...
He's on 1.8 million euros a year, yeah?
Not €2 million, 1.8 million pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. So... Shit, man. That's 35 grand a week.
36 grand a week, it says here. Wow.
Fuck.
But he does get plus bonuses, so they must be some lovely bonuses.
Yeah, the bonuses, he probably gets paid in a brown envelope. You know that one? That's probably what it is. Probably gets the bonuses in the brown envelope. You know that one? That's probably what it is. Because I remember when when Leon Knight was saying, bruv, man went to see the chairman and he had a fucking black bin bag full of cash, bruv. You know the ones, and that was his signing on fee and that. So maybe his bonuses, he probably getting in cash and that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe. But yeah, he's on 35 bags basic.
That's funny, man. Then you've got John Joe Shelby at Newcastle who's on 80 grand a week.
Is he really?
Yep.
Hey, John Joe's living fucking life, bruv. Hey, why would he leave, blood? No wonder why he's not left.
He's just chilling. He's just being Voldemort of Newcastle. The two Voldemort.
Trust me, Lord Voldemort, bro. Listen, John Joe's the man, bro.
Smashing it, lads. Listen, I'm happy for him. You know, play for us for a little while. And he's just been able to make a living at Newcastle. What you want to see. This is what it says here. It says, stating that Alan St. Maximin remains on a wage of 36 a week plus bonuses, whilst the likes of John Joe Shelby, who's on 80 grand a week. And then it's just chatting shit, but that's where I found that. That's madness. That's crazy. It's just the deal, that the length of how long he's agreed there as well, with the state that comes in. Like, what's his agent smoking to think, yeah, this is a good idea? You know what I mean? Like, what's he doing?
That's what I'm saying. And then when you put it into perspective, yeah, like he said, we got Brandon Williams on 60k, bro. And Dan James is on 50, bro. So Dan James is on more money than Alan St. Maximin, bro.
Well, get on this. And this has been from the start of the season. So if I said to you, there's a player at Liverpool called Nat Phillips and he's on 65k a week at the start of the season, what would you say?
I'd have said, who the fuck's Nat Phillips, bro?
Yeah, and he's on 65k a week at our club.
That's mad. His agent has done an absolute madness, but he must be on a long contract though. It must be like a 6-year deal or something.
I don't know. Listen, I actually haven't got a clue, but one thing I will say, he smashed it with that. He's on 10k less than Genie a week.
Jesus, no wonder why Genie wants to go on a free, bruv, and get that signing on fee somewhere else, bruv.
Champions League. He literally scored 2 goals against Barcelona off the bench, by the way. Was chilling on 75k a week. He's on 5k less than John Joe Shelby. And John Joe Shelby is playing at a club that Genie joined us from. So when you put in all these contexts, Genie's just getting fucked, man. FSG are just laughing at Genie. And I don't like it.
Genie came at the wrong time, bruv. Like, he came at the wrong time, innit? Like, he came when Liverpool were handing out the humble contracts and he signed the long one, innit?
When we're in the process type of business.
Yeah, that's it, brother. Now they're selling out the big boy contracts. He's still stuck in the old one, bruv. It's peak, fam. You know, like that. And he never had nowhere to bargain because of his age as well. So he couldn't even really do that. Oh, well, I'm worth this. And they'll be like, yeah, well, you're old, bruv. There's no sell-on value. So because there's no sell-on value, straight away, yeah, your wages get capped in it. So it's peak. Oh, my days, bruv. Like, it was
Gini's in
just
a bit of a mad situation, Rants, at the moment. He's in a bit of a crazy state because you've got... So Bayern Munich came out the other day saying, like, we've got no interest in Gini because there was supposed to be something there. Inter Milan a few weeks ago, they were supposed to be, like, heavily interested. And when you think about it, the way they play, Gini Wijnaldum, the way he plays, the way he can retain the ball and even offer something going forward, he could be good for an Antonio Conte system, so I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think that'd be too out of the realms. But that's now died down, and then there's been no Barcelona talks either. There's just nothing. It's weird. It's like probably one of them where the news will come out, and then about 12 to 24 hours later, that'll be the decision type of thing. You know what I mean? Because right now, anything can happen. Like, we can all guess, but anything can happen in terms of what happens with him at Liverpool. But you know what, though? If possible, can the chat let us know, just like for hyper, like, I just want to have a little for, like, people in the chat, if you can, let us know mad wages, like players in the Premier League who are just on some crazy way, like some of the most surprising wage ones, if you do know any, because, mate, hearing things like that, it just shows that everything's fucked. And, like, it is circumstances you've just mentioned, like Gini Wijnaldum joins our club at a time where we were rebuilding. And, if that's now, and we're buying Gini to be a starter, he's thinking, I want at least 100 grand a week.
Willian's on 200k, blood.
Yeah.
And he's old as well, blood, like in football age. You know them ones there. So it's one of them ones where, oh shit, Oba and De Gea on 375. I forgot about Oba, bruv, on that. That's a Mazzolini, bro.
Arsenal have not done well there.
They have not done well, brother. He'll never run out of petrol for his Lamborghinis, though. I'll tell you what.
And then, but to be fair, though, I've saw someone just say Saka's on 25k a week, so we're supposed to win in there. But let's be honest, that'll change soon. They'll get him on a new contract and put him on about 150.
Yeah, he'll be in a new contract soon, because what will happen will be, like, he'll improve to the point where they'll have to offer it to him, or else teams are going to start sniffing around him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're saying Havertz is on 310, which is a bit mad, but he's got promise.
Yeah, but to be paying him that now, Rants,
already at his age as well. It's kind of like, that's the weird thing about football now. It's like, before you had to grow into your wage, innit? And now you can just get one move and just be on mad money, and then straight away you don't even need to try no more, blood. Like, you're set. If you had 315k,
100k.
Yeah, he would have been on that for ages though, because he was at Man City, innit? So he wouldn't have taken a pay cut to go nowhere else. Yeah,
but if you're Everton, and you're thinking, wait, you're on my wage bill for 100 grand a week and your name is Fabian Delph. A few years ago, that might be okay. Right now, Fabian Delph hasn't just got that much to offer anymore. I believe he gets injured quite often as well. So,
that's football's a madness, bro. Trust me, bro. Bruv. Oh, my days, brother.
That's my structure. And buying this new kid called Havertz. I don't care if I'm spending 90 million on you. That's between, like, me and the club that I'm buying you from. That's not between me and you. Between me and you, you're still a youngster who still has a lot to prove. And where was he coming from? Leverkusen. If you're Chelsea, you're going, who the fuck's that? And you're playing for Chelsea now, mate. So, get used to the fact that you need to actually set a standard, live up to your price tag. But at the same time, you need to do that with discipline. How do you give a youngster like that discipline with all that money?
I don't know, bro. And that's the thing. You know what it is? You know what they do, actually, these newspapers? They add in a lot of people's bonuses and incentives, innit? Because that's what it is. Like, because he's saying that Callum Hudson-Odoi is on a 120 basic. But if he achieves his bonuses, it can go up to 180, 200. And maybe that a lot of these players have these contracts. And most of these guys ain't going to hit these bonuses. That's probably why they put them in. Like, there you go, look. He's on 150, but if he reaches bonuses in goals and trophies, he gets up to 300. More sense. That's a good incentivized contract. All contracts should be incentivized, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They should all be incentivized.
Does that mean like private?
No, incentivized as in, like, the better you do, the more you get paid. So you should have a basic. Yeah.
If you're tearing up, then you get.
And then, bruv, if you're a striker, if you get 25 plus goals in all competitions, then boom. You get like an extra so-and-so. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're a defender and you keep a certain number of clean sheets, you get so-and-so. Goalkeeper, a certain amount of clean sheets, you get so-and-so. Do you know what I'm saying?
Especially like that, with the amount of footballers who steal a living.
Yeah, bruv, so many.
like I'm not trying to say Sturridge was a prime example because he weren't, you know what I mean? But he was one who missed a lot of football and was getting paid a lot of money. But another one, prime example, Michael Owen at Newcastle. Probably a massive, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he couldn't even play some of their final games for Alan Shearer before they went down because of his injuries, and he was cautious about getting a big move in the summer.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're still getting paid for that.
Yeah.
And it's like you think you've got that choice because you want to move, but you're still getting paid on a weekly basis. Fuck off. Like, you should be paid for when you work. That's the way it works for everyone else.
Yeah, fair.
You get what I mean? You get paid for when you work.
But that's what I'm saying. And you see someone like Dan James, bruv. He's on like 50 bags, yeah, bro. He's got, 3 Premier League goals this season, yeah. And 1 Europa League goal, you know. So man's got 4 goals. 4 goals this season and 50 fucking K, bruv.
But it's not even the goals, though, is it? He could have 4 goals and play really, really well. But that's the thing, he's not.
He's got 4 goals, for a wide player. I'm playing shit as well, bro.
Dan James is not stat padding or playing well. So he's doing the two things.
Do one or the other, innit? And no Premier League assists according to the Premier League website.
But he's just being a pointless option within that squad at the moment.
And the thing is, last season he got 4 goals, so he can still equal last season's goal tally if he gets 1 more. Like, he's fucking, but literally that's what stealing a living looks like. So it's one of them ones where it's mad. Oh, I don't know, bro. I just don't really know. This football thing's weird, but again, football, like in life in general, bruv, you get paid, bruv. Like, there's no such thing as true value in it. Like, you're worth whatever someone will pay you or pay for you. Do you know what I'm saying? Certain man will see a pair of trainers and then you look at it and this thing resell £1,000, but they're fucking £180 trainers. Certain man, think, yo, they're worth £1,000. I'm not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had 10 million in the bank, I'm not paying £1,000 for a pair of trainers that I know are worth £180. Yeah. I'm simply not doing it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Unless there was like an extreme circumstance where I really, 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 really needed them. But no one really, really, really needs a pair of fucking trainers, bro.
Yep.
You know, like that. But the thing is, whatever someone's thinks it's worth and is willing to pay, that's what it's worth, innit? So if United think, cool, this geezer's worth 50 bags, then he's worth 50 bags to them, innit?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So if Delph's on 100 bags, maybe to Everton, they're probably saying, you know what? Yeah, he's worth that. Do you know what I mean? And man said, you're not worth whatever value you provide, because that doesn't make sense. And let me tell you why that doesn't make sense. Because capitalism exists, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, someone can do a job that's worth thousands of pounds, but get paid 20 quid, bro. Like, it happens in life all the time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're a little apprentice, you know the amount of these companies that bring in little students and say, oh yeah, come on an apprenticeship and that, and don't pay them. And they're doing the work of someone that would require a salary of about 40k, and they're doing it for free. That doesn't mean you're not worth anything, bruv, because you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
So just because you're not getting paid, that doesn't mean that you don't have any value, bruv. Do you see what I'm saying? Dan James isn't worth 50,000 a week, because if he was playing in League One, he'd probably be having the same impact, and he'd probably be on a fraction of that 50 grand doing the same thing, blood.
Circumstances is gifted him.
Circumstances, that's all it is, bro. Like he said, Nat Phillips is on 65k because he's at Liverpool, a team that can afford to pay him that, bruv.
Even
do you know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised about that.
But that's what I mean. But if he was at fucking Swansea, he wouldn't be on 65k, because they'd look at him and say, well, bruv, compared to the players we've got, you're worth 30, because maybe 30 is the most that we pay players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So what you get paid and the value you provide, like, there's players in the league scoring 20 goals that are on less than Dan James. I'm sure of it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Or at least 15 goals, blood. Or even 10 goals, because that's more than him, bro. Like, I'm sure there'll be midfielders that are scoring 10 goals, bro. Like, St. Maximum's on less than Dan James, bro. He's more valuable than him for sure. St. Maximum would improve Manchester United if he replaced Dan James.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So what you're on don't necessarily mean that that's what you're worth, bro. Do you know what I mean? But they do look at now what the high-end players are worth, and they'll say, well, you know what? If so-and-so's on this, then I should be on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just all it is. Now players at Man United, if you're looking at Dan James, if you're a player that just come through the youth team and you're saying, well, Dan James on 50 grand, he's shit. You can't offer me less than that. Like Brandon's on fucking, 60K, bruv, and he's played 2 games since he signed that new contract. So now if you're Mason Greenwood, you got to give me 80, blood, at least. Because Brandon Williams ain't even playing.
Because you're looking at, because this is the thing, you're looking at what you bring to your team at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if you bring more to your team than what this player does, or if you're training with this lad all the time and you're seeing you're well better than him at football, you're Mason Greenwood and you're looking at Dan James and you're just thinking to yourself, like, because I don't know what the wage structure is, I don't know if he gets paid more or less, but say if it's less, hypothetically, he's looking at Dan James thinking, wait, what? Like I'm tearing you in training. You can barely get past the centre-back, and I'm skipping past them every 2 seconds and I'm finishing them off. And what? Yep. And you're on more money than me. You're playing more minutes than me at times. Like, it makes no sense. Do you get what I mean, lad? It's that's just football, though, and like that's what it's became. Like what you've just mentioned with the capitalism and stuff. Like that's just how it is, you know. Just cause circumstances come into it, there's so many little things that come into value and stuff like that. That it's just all bollocks, bro. And it's fluctuation, changes all the time. It is what it is. It is.
But that's what I mean. Like Bale's on 600. Bale's on 600. What is he worth? 3 Harry Kanes? No, he's not. But not a chance. That's what he's on, bruv. So you don't get paid what you're worth. You get paid what people are prepared to pay for you, depending on what their perceived value of you is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Just think about this. Bale, if he's on 600k a week, he's probably on more money than Maddison, Foden, Grealish, Lingard, and someone else all put together. If he's on that much a week.
Yeah, he is. Crazy, isn't it?
And you see what they're doing as well, so...
That's what I mean. So it depends on who's got the...
Alexis Sanchez, when he was in the league, he's another one.
There you go. Big money. And man saying Oba's on 250 with bonuses, or plus bonuses. Willian's on 120 plus bonuses. Saka's on 30 bags with a big signing on free. Either way, the Saka makes more sense because he's just coming through, he's establishing himself. That's what he should be on. To think that Brandon Williams is on double that year and he doesn't even start for United, that shows how badly run the football club is, because Saka plays week in, week out for Arsenal, and also he's a crucial member of their match day squad. So that tells you everything you need to know about how poorly Manchester United are running their wage structure. It's an absolute joke.
Arsenal aren't great either with the way they handle most of their situations and their signings and stuff like that. I have a big problem with when, you know, even some of the better players, like, don't get me wrong, if you're a Messi and you've been doing it for years and years and years, 15 years on, and you're still doing it now, then I understand that you're going to need a bit of a hefty wage for that. And especially with what you bring in terms of shirt sales and what, that can't be ignored either. At the end of the day, if you're bringing that type of value, then it makes a big difference. But, you know, you look at all these other players like Saka and whatnot, as you just mentioned, even though that's a great example of someone who's on good wages, that's going to change soon. He's going to be on 150k to 200k because he's going to be the main player in that squad. And then Aubameyang and whatnot, who's currently on 350k doing fuck all, he'll be going out, and then they'll be buying a new player to come in and replace for that wage bill. That's kind of what I like about Liverpool. And, you know, Salah, who's our highest paid player, who's on 200 grand a week, like, that's not that bad. I think it's actually under 200 grand a week. I think it's like 175, and that's our highest paid. But it just goes to show that some clubs are just better in them aspects than others, and it's different. It doesn't. If Salah is at Chelsea doing these type of things or another club, then he's going to be on much higher money than 200k a week. He's going to be on the same as the likes of...
There you go.
De Gea or Aubameyang, as you've already mentioned. Like, even De Gea, he's on that contract because of what he was doing. So even maybe doing a thing where you can give them a contract for I know that's a lot easier said than done, but you know what I mean? Just something where it's better for the club and for the player in terms of value for each person.
But this is exactly why I say, you know, when guys say, oh, yo, we love the football, they love the football club. Listen, if a man says, yo, I'm going to treble your wages, yeah, and you can do the exact fucking same thing you're doing right now, I don't care what job you're doing, you're taking the money, bruv. And that's why when man are like, oh yeah, Grealish won't leave Aston Villa because he loves the club. Bro, I bet he loves money more. You know what I'm saying? Because when he dies, yeah, he can pass down his Aston Villa scarf here, he can pass down generational wealth to his family. What do you think he want to pass down, bruv? And that's all that matters at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So football's a job to these guys like everyone else, bro. If anyone asks you, no matter what job you're doing right now, I'm going to give you 3 times the same amount of money to do the same job, just somewhere else. You're moving, mate.
You're biting your hands off for it.
100. You know, like that. So that's just, bruv, that's just how it is. Don't matter what these players love, bro. They love the lifestyle more, I'm telling you, bruv. Because if their man told them, yeah, you can continue to play football, but all the things you have, the house you have that you're living in, do you know what I mean? The car, all of these things, yeah, we're going to take those away from you, but you can still play for your club. They'd be like, fuck this, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you know what I'm saying?
These
So
are some of the main players. Like, just think Dan James is some 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds hero. Just get on that.
Yeah.
Like, that alone is hype. Do you get what I mean? Like, I see, like, young Liverpool fans seeing, like, Nico Williams. And I'm just like, why have you got Nico Williams on? Like, I remember my cousin, like, last year, got a Nico Williams on the back of his shirt. And I'm saying, what are you doing?
yeah, loads of the kids got, like, Lingard shirts and that. A lot of the local kids love, like...
You're not supposed to be doing that, though. You're supposed to get the... Like, Lingard's kind of... sort of okay, because when he was playing for Man United, he was doing very well, starting week in, week out, and he was one of the main players in terms of the contribution he had for the team. So kids can look at that and be like, yeah, man, Nico Williams was our backup right back. It's just because they saw him play a couple of games.
No, but same with Brandon as well, bro, because they break through, and it's
nice.
kind of like these men are like they're who they want to be, because they're like, yo, he's from down the road from us. It's all of that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yo, like, if I train hard, I can be this guy. Like, it's an inspirational thing.
Oh my God, as if that is the... That's the funniest comment I have saw all year. Wait there. Dan James is just a hyped up Ollie Ball from TikTok. That's hilarious. I don't even think you'll know who Ollie Ball is, Rants, but that's funny, man. Oh my God.
I have no idea who Ollie Ball is.
It's Ollie Ball, eh? It's Ollie Ball, eh?
I don't know
Listen,
who
don't you know who he is, Rants? I'm going to need to send you a video with this Ollie Ball, man. He's hilarious. He's got a mullet. He's better than Dan James. We've confirmed it. On this stream, we've confirmed it. He's better than Dan James.
Oh, bro. I don't know who Ollie Ball is, blood.
Lad, he's got a mate who watches Coronation Street, lad, and he lets us know when it's on and that. Like, oh, they're funny, man. They're changing the game. They're changing the game. And it's
bro,
welcome to our new generation, man. These are the new big boys. Trust me. Ollie Ball, he will be. He would shit all over.
No, them local lads, yeah, they sell a decent amount of shirts, bro. Because I remember I saw someone wearing a Brandon Williams shirt and nearly pissed myself, bro. But
he's from Wales, though, Nico Williams, which is why I don't get it. Like, I just don't get them little things where just because they're young and they play for Liverpool, it means they're good. Like, wait till they've done something first, man, because there's so many people who do that. So many, like, go get a legend.
Like, their parents probably say, oh, try gas them, innit?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Parents try to gas them and say, oh, yeah, young kid, you know what I mean? This, that, and the other. Oh, kid this, oh, kid that. Wear that, bruv. Get man some dead shirt, bro. Imagine running around with that Brandon Williams. What is he, number 30 something, 39 or something? I don't know, bruv. What the hell, bruv? Like, why would you do that to your kid, man? You know what I'm saying? Man's going to be out on loan at Sheffield United when they get relegated next season, bro. Do you know what I mean?
That's it, though. Like, do you know if my kid said to me, like, Dad, I want a Kelleher t-shirt, or like you know what I mean, or I want a Kelleher kit. Like, I'm gonna be like, wait there. So you've got Alisson, you've got Van Dijk, you've got Fabinho, you've got Salah, you've got Mane, you've got Firmino, and you're choosing a man like Kelleher. Listen, I love the Irish Iker Casillas more than the next person, but that's just that no son of mine or no daughter of mine will be doing such a thing in any sort of life. I'm gonna be a good father in that situation, and I'm gonna say no. Fuck you, we're going to get someone who's actually very, very good at what they do. Someone like a Virgil van Dijk, someone that we can rely on. That if you get that shirt, you're not going to regret it. It's not money wasted. Yeah. You know what I mean, lad?
Yeah, if you're going to spend 70 quid on a shirt, because that's how much they cost these days, you're not putting that geezer's name on there.
So, and the thing is as well, you're getting someone like Nico Williams, so you're paying an extra however much for each letter. Fuck off. Fuck off. Get Virgil van Dijk, mate.
Yeah.
Much more basic.
Yeah, bruv. Hey, listen, football's crazy, blood. Yeah, I'm saying football is actually crazy. Like, football's gone anyway. We know it. From the flipping from the little Son incident, yeah, to that being given a foul as a foul.
That's fingered, by the way.
Yeah.
Proper fingered, lad.
But this football from top to bottom, yeah, when you look at the fact that they scrapped financial fair play, so teams are going to be doing bullshit again. Do you know what I mean? The VAR things are fucking shambles. Players' wages are shambles. Everything's just a shambles. The whole sport is fucked, bro. It's fucked. The whole thing's done, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm devastated I was born when I was. I actually am, you know what I mean? And it's not that I think I'm like more woke than the generation that I'm in. I absolutely don't. I think there's many more people who are my age who are much smarter than me. But what I'm trying to say is, it's just we're boring. Like, we stay on phones and that, and I just don't like I feel like I was born in a different time, lads. And like when we talk about football, like when I was growing up and on like Ronaldinho and that, thank goodness, because I feel like I do appreciate what like a world class elite player is, because we used to see a lot more of them when we were growing up, because there was the select few players that were just well better than everyone else, and even though there's still them select few players, the levels aren't as big as what they used to be.
Yeah, they're not the same.
Is huge. So like even in boxing or MMA, the clear. You look at Khabib in the UFC, he's the clear best. You look at boxing, Floyd Mayweather over the years, he's been the clear best for a long time, bar one or two. It's like that in football as well. So it's just mad, lad, to see that we are going more in a different direction, and money's a big thing. And like, if a player's doing bad, it's like, fuck that. Let's say if a player's doing well. One prime example, Riyad Mahrez, someone who very good player, very good on the eye. Probably back in the day, loads of people would have fucking waxed lyrical about how
way more. Yeah, back in the day, they would have appreciated it more. Now they're like, oh, he's not putting up good numbers, so he's shit.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I can still appreciate numbers. It's just not everything. It's really not everything, and people look too much into it, man. So no, I agree with you, lads. Even though I grew up in this generation, doesn't mean I agree with it. It does not.
No, bro, I hear you 100%, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, big up everyone inside. Smash up the like button. What else have you got coming up, bro? Also, make sure you subscribe to his channel. Come on, the hyperlinks in the title. What you got coming up for the rest of the week? I'm guessing you're doing a watch along tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Real Madrid watch along tomorrow. Instant match reaction will be on the channel. Redmond Roundup went out today, talked about a few transfer topics, and then done a Real Madrid preview at the end of it. So done starting 11 prediction and whatnot. Go and check that out if you wish. But no, big up to everyone, man. Fucking always belt it. Rants, before we wrap up, because I'm assuming we're wrapping up, I want to ask you a question. Rank these 5 players: Maddison, Grealish, Mason Mount, Lingard, and Phil Foden.
Grealish top.
Yep.
And then it's tight between Madders and Foden, I can't lie. I don't know, bruv. I think current ability, as in current level now, I think Maddison, but I think Foden has a higher ceiling. I think Foden will be better than him with a bit more experience, but I think that Maddison's currently better. So I'd go Maddison, then I would go Foden, then I would go, who's the last two? Mount and Lingard.
Yep.
Then I would go, I don't know, bro. You know what? The Mount and Lingard one's hard, bro, because I think Mason Mount has got more tech in terms of like dead balls and stuff like that. But Lingard's two-touch play and his movement and his football IQ, I think, is better. So I don't know. Because Lingard's older, I'm going to put Mount ahead of him and then put Lingard last, only because of his age. But for me, I think Maddison's definitely better than Foden at the moment. I just think that Maddison's unlucky because of the position he plays in. He's not as versatile as I feel Foden. Foden can play out wide as well. Some people say that Foden's probably better from out wide, whereas I'm not really sure. Do you know what I mean? I think that he just plays out right there because he can affect the game more and he's got a bit more pace than Maddison. But I think Foden will be better for sure. Do you know what I mean? But I think Maddison's current level, I have to put Madders just above him still.
I'm thinking Foden goes above all of them in due time, just not right now.
Yeah, I don't know if Foden will ever be better than Grealish. And the reason why I say that
tough one.
Is because Jack Grealish is the only English player I've seen, yeah, probably since Wayne Rooney, yeah. Actually, Steven Gerrard can be there as well. That can just win a game all by himself, bruv. All by himself. Like, teams playing shit, backs against the wall, give me the ball. I'm just going to fucking take on 3 players and slap it in the top corner. Like, Foden's not there yet. He could be.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But Jack Grealish single-handedly kept Aston Villa in the Premier League. Could Phil Foden have done that at his current level? I don't think so. Do you know what I'm saying? Could Maddison at his current level? I don't. Hell no. Do you know what I'm saying? Even when I look at Sterling, the Rashfords and all that, them man are not keeping Aston Villa up on their own.
Yeah.
Like, Grealish is like, he's a very, very old school, like old-fashioned player where it doesn't matter about the system. It don't matter about the formation, nothing. Just give me the ball. I'm playing football, innit? And them players don't really exist too much. Gerrard was like that. It didn't matter who he was playing for, bro. If you give him the ball in midfield, he'll just put it in the top corner from 30 yards. Like, that's just kind of what it is. Rooney was like that as well, bro. Like, even teams playing shit, Rooney will pick up the ball, drop the shoulder, slaps in the top corner, bro. Like, man saw the Newcastle game, arguing with the referee. Boom, top corner. Like, what the fuck? Like, them kind of players, them match-winning players, you don't see them very often in games. And Grealish is a genuine match winner in it. Like, Foden hasn't added that to his repertoire yet. He scored a match winning goal the other day, but you don't do it every other week. Could he do it at a team, yeah, that doesn't play in a system like Man City? Could he do it at a fucking Aston Villa? I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where I have to hold fire on that. I just think that Grealish is very unlucky in a sense that, bruv, he's played in an underdog team his whole career, bruv. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't had the luxury.
You look at that player now. You look at Grealish, and he played in the Championship.
But I think that Grealish is the player he is now because he played as an underdog and he never had nothing given to him. He never had a system to kind of benefit him or anything. Like, he just had to just do him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And I think because of that, that's actually made him better because he knows in his mind that if he doesn't turn up here, the team are fucked. You know what I'm saying? He can't rely on David Silva or fucking Bernardo or De Bruyne or someone else, bruv. It's him or him, bruv. Like, if he doesn't turn up, we're getting relegated.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And I don't think any of those players have had that pressure. Mount's come into a Chelsea team that are decent, got decent players there, been able to kind of learn the game while playing with good players and stuff. Grealish was getting lumps kicked out of him in the Championship. Man ran on the pitch.
Does have, someone just said it in the chat as well. Grealish has great leadership.
Exactly. A man ran, and again, that comes from having to play at a club like Villa as opposed to playing at a Chelsea or a City. So all the stuff that he's got inside him, maybe that kind of leadership thing we wouldn't see that if he was at a bigger team. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where that side of Grealish we are seeing now only because he's at that team. If he was at a Man City and he didn't have to be a leader and puff out his chest because you had De Bruyne and that, maybe you wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
So I think that him playing in that team has molded him into that kind of player. So I just think that all round, I just think that his qualities and his character and all these other things, he's different, innit? Like, he's a special player, man. I think that Maddison's underrated as well because he does very well at Leicester, but because he's not at a big club, people are kind of like, it's just Leicester. But Maddison's quality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just not as versatile as Grealish or Foden. You couldn't play Maddison on the left wing or the right wing and expect him to do bits.
Well, you can see Leicester right now without Maddison, and you can see that they're missing him massively. They miss that creative spark within the midfield to the point where he definitely makes them better. Regardless whether he's their main player or whatever, he's still very important. Probably on the ball, their best player as well. I'll probably go Grealish first. See, Mason Mount has really, really impressed me over the past, like he's impressed me for a long time, but especially over the past few weeks since Lampard left, mate. To see him be dropped in the first game, then make it like, not even a choice for the manager, and then also playing the England side, and you know, but even though they were against shit sides, he was still the best player, most likely for every game that we played. So I really highly rate him. I feel like he's someone who can just play in many different systems and not give a fuck. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's very close. It's very close to how I'd rank all of them behind Grealish. Grealish is number one for me. Then I'd probably edge Mason Mount, then James Maddison, then in fact Phil Foden now.
Yeah, I think Maddison is the most valuable because not Maddison. Mount is the most valuable because he's so versatile.
Yep.
And every squad needs a player like him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he won't be the match winner a lot of the time, but do you know what I mean? He's quality, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So I understand, like, he's very, very valuable. But in terms of if we're just going purely on talent, innit? Like, if we're going purely on talent, then, probably the order that I said, I think. You know what I mean? I think, like, Mount just ahead of Lingard, because I think he's more technically talented than Jesse. Even though I think that Jesse's got a better IQ and movement, then I'll put Foden. In terms of natural talent, I think that Foden's actually better than Maddison. But I think that Maddison's further ahead in his development at the moment because he's older. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think he's got a higher ceiling than Maddison, but I'd still put Maddison as a better player than him now. And then Grealish should just clear all of them, innit?
Then we just agree on Grealish, basically just doing his thing. He can go into any team and do his thing. That's when
Grealish can play for anyone.
Really good. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, guys. You know what I'm saying? Big up yourselves, man. Yeah, I'm saying big up yourselves.
Bring that up, lads, because I had that question on my mind, and I was like,
it's hard, bruv. It's a hard one, man, because
it's a weird one.
Football, is all about perspective, and also you have to put context into everything because I can't just say, oh yeah, Maddison's better than Foden, and then people are like, no, he's not. But I'm like, bro, like I have to talk about the stages of development that they're in at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's got higher ceiling because I don't believe he does. I believe that Foden's got a very, very, very high ceiling. He's got potential to be one of England's best players ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's how high his ceiling is. But you have to take into account he's 20 years old right now. And I think this is his first full season starting for Manchester City. Because last season, Foden was getting pulled off the bench here and there. I think this is the first season. He's probably started more games this season than the previous season or two, however long Foden's been in and around the setup for. But he's actually starting games now, bruv.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's actually starting starting games now. So this is when he's
Yeah, the lad, Phil Foden, I feel like it's one of them things where if you see him against the bigger sides as well this season, he's unbelievable against bigger sides. He's just
a baller.
He's one who, I feel like he's just going to be one of them. He's going to turn up on the big occasions, which is going to put him in them conversations with a Jack Grealish. The thing that not worries me about Jack Grealish, because again, quality isn't, like quality is what you should really look at, but when it comes to talking about who's the best in hindsight, usually you need a few trophies to your name, you need a few other things as well. People won't just be so kind to say, oh, but you played at Aston Villa and you got them promoted from the Championship. Oh, you were really good. They won't be kind like that. Do you get what I mean? Because again, people don't want to just use their eyes. But when you look at Phil Foden, he's going to be one of them, mate, where he's actually going to be getting the trophies. He's going to be a big part of getting them trophies, even though he's in a great system. Right now, he's doing that already. And who's to say he can't continue that? I believe he's all right with injuries as well, Phil Foden.
So far, he looks...
To this point.
He looks decent.
And he looks quality, man. So it's interesting to see. But Jack Grealish, like we both said, lads, he's numero uno. That's number one reason, like you said earlier, why I don't rate Gareth Southgate. The fact that you wouldn't choose him, the fact you even have to think about choosing Jack Grealish is mad.
Facts, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up people. Make sure you follow up. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the title, people. Do you know what I mean? Keep an eye on that, brother. I'm going to be keeping close eye on that Champions League game. It's due to be a belter anyway, because Liverpool have to throw the dice, man. They have to roll that dice, man. So it's going to be one hell of a game, guys.
Exciting, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully not too exciting, bruv. I'm trying to see you lot go out, bruv. You know, like that. So it is what it is. I don't want none of them little thrillers, late comebacks and all this bullshit, bro. I'm not here for that. I'm here to see you, man, get sent packing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we're doing, guys. Make sure you follow up James's channel, James Redmond TV. The hyperlink is in the title. You know what it is. You can click the hyperlink there. And yeah, I'll be back
Shout out
tomorrow
to
at
everyone
1
as well.
o'clock. Come on. Shout out you lot. Always great interaction. I'll be back at 1 o'clock with Culture Cams. And it's 3-0 West Brom. Sam masterclass, but it's too fucking late, bruv. Them man are going to get Pam next week anyway. So big up everyone inside. Smash the like button before you leave. Get that algorithm working. And I'll see you tomorrow.